Welcome everybody to a brand new season and a brand new name. It is the Irish Esports Collegiate Series, powered by natives. Of course, new name change. You may remember the old name change. This one, we're sticking with this one for good this time. So please welcome us in for a new season. Of course, I'm joined this time by three people. Well, today it's only going to be one, and that is going to be the indomitable, the man, the myth, the legend, the man who is very annoyed right now about certain things we can't talk about. Each. How you get on?
I'm absolutely grand. Of course, Morky, it's a new season now. It's been 4 years since I started the collegiate scene. It's been 4 different brands, but this one looks like it's finally here to stay. Native still alongside us as well, powered by it. Big thank you to Kurt in the background making all this happen, and Ro and Retzel as well. And it's a fresh look for these teams. It's a fresh time for some of these players. And that coming to SETU, Mark, I think that's the talking point of the night. The Super SETU team has finally come through. We knew this was in the build-up for the last 2 years. We had Tamster and Shallow go through last year, and they won it twice with Solo. This year, Solo maybe focusing on his studies, maybe the fact that Panda's better than him. Who's to say? But this SETU team right now it's looking like a serious one. And considering that we had a SETU team go to Worlds last year to take on EU and NA's best, this team's looking stronger. I think this team's going to have some big hopes for this year.
Absolutely, and if they don't, I'll be very surprised. Going to Worlds last year, of course, they didn't make that miracle lower bracket run. People might put a question mark beside that, but no question with the heart they showed during that campaign. No question with the heart they showed throughout this whole tournament and throughout last year as a whole. And with Panda, you do feel it's a step from Solo. Of course, you still got Solo as a sub and also as the coach, so it's not like we're getting rid of Solo. He's going to be there to give ideas to the team how they work better and also step in when he's needed. So it's not like they're losing a big part of them in any way, but that is a mass team. But of course, this TUD side came with someone out of nowhere, a 1950 player who just popped into the ether from absolutely nowhere, and now is going to give, really, with Shane and Parable also with him, it's going to give this SETU team a run, and perhaps we get 2 teams to World this year, Ejam.
Potentially, but you know what, Morky, we can talk about these players as the game progresses, because both players are ready, they're eager to go in. We've got SETU on the blue side, we've got TUD on the orange side. All games are best of 5 up until the knockout stages. Of course, we have a Swiss stage as well, but here we go, Morky. Game 1 of hopefully 5. We'll see just how well TUD can play tonight against the reigning champions.
Yeah, with a bit of nerves for both teams. You feel they haven't probably played in a while like this at this kind of scene. You see straight away everyone kind of just fluffing the ball, missing it, whiffs left, right, and center. But here's a chance now. It's not Shallow. Have to be in his favorite position, which is that defensive backbone for this SETU side. Shane tries to put that one center. He puts it in one of the players. That's a good save instead by Toaster. He puts it away. It's not going to be confusing at all, is it, Ejam, with Tomster and Toaster on different sides of the ball?
Yeah, that's confused me at first, to be honest. We obviously have some very similar names across many different teams. We also have some great player names coming back that we like, Morky. We all know that 1 cap fact per goal is your favorite player as Shallow.
Absolutely.
Getting a good save there against Shane. As Tomster now collecting a dangerous ball into Shallow. Very close, but TUD, nothing really to worry about too far yet. A lot of back and forth possession so far.
Pretty much both teams having a good look on net so far. Earlier on there, you saw TUD in that other play had a good look on net, but were able to convert, and now it is SETU. You started to build here in midfield, started to take control of the game slowly. The first minute, kind of building up, feeling each other out, see what's going to happen. Toast here is staying very tight to that backboard as third man. Is that a way to go? Perhaps allow Shane to be free compared to where he normally is, where he's normally marked a lot. Could that be a way to get back in? That's well, the fake works out, but works out okay. No one really attacking. That's an own goal though! Shallow puts it in. It's 1-0. Sorry, it's not. My bad. I got that wrong, but it looked like no over a second. No, Shallow puts it in. Never mind. No,
I was like, what is the own goal?
It was an own goal. It was. It got hit by a player at the end, so it is an own goal.
It was an unsavable shot, I believe, is the term that you're looking for.
That was savable. I'd say that.
Yeah, and of course, TUD, I believe, are playing with a sub tonight. So we'll see exactly how they can really cope. You know, your first collegiate game, yes, you have Shane and Parable as your teammates, 2 players who have been around a while, but getting a goal back for your team. I mean, whatever shakes you may have had in this first game, scoring a goal like that, I mean, it it didn't really seem. It wasn't
It's
difficult.
kind
It
of
just right place, right time, and
yeah.
us champ ones in Rocket League, we're capable of things too.
It's kind of
Game as
bad
well.
when it's kind of bad when your last man is an opponent. To be honest, that's another shot. Shadow will turn around and turn. That does very well indeed. Sorry, Thompson does. That's very nicely. Parallel makes a good 50 though in the backfield, but Panda will clear a field, but
That's
right down the throat, and again, no one back again. Shane gonna make it 2-1, and TUD have turned this around in about 30 seconds.
We know that SETU, they love this sort of three-man push and try to rotate back quickly, but Shane's well used to these players now as well. Shane just reading the 50, following the run of the player, knew exactly where the pass is going to go. Read it well, strong 50, and had enough boost to get back with it. Parable now, potentially something here, but landing on Tomster isn't going to allow it to happen, and Jala now, opportunity to try get it on net, puts it down instead, picks up the boost though, and now Shane, with a little boost that he has to try weave his way out the corner, doesn't do so. Shallow though, no shot angle there now. It looks like TUD holding on a little bit, but Panda now with a shot attempt, and again Shane on that defense, making sure that nothing can get past him, and TUD finally get the ball into the setting half.
Shane builds out all of the defense. Parable keeps the pressure up and he actually finds a pass towards Shane, the shallow, and Tomster have to cut out a little bit, do very well to do so, but Shane having a hell of an inspired minute here so far, coming out of nowhere, really just starting out slow, but here's a chance to pull one back, an open net, absolutely whiffed after Tomster got a lovely bump, and at the other end it's another open net, but Shallow will get like a sneak out for his trouble, saved on the line by Panda, and that could be massive in this game and series, Ejam.
It could. Panda looking for a fake on Parable. Parable calls the bluff. Shane this time unable to knock it past Shallow, but Parable's shot opportunity maybe not quite to be. Toaster's such a threat for TUD that Panda has to demo him, maybe make a bit of space in that backfield, but Toaster definitely settled into this game now, but whenever you have Shallow coming at you like that, you can get a little nervy, and that, folks, is what we call the caster curse.
Good play for Shadow though, gets a nice little touch and then just fakes out one player and just puts it down straight in. 2-2, but when you're in that position, there's not much you can do. You've got no momentum at all to challenge. You have to just pick away and hope that's the way your opponent goes. Unfortunately, Shadow took the ground route, his opponent aerial, so allowed us to roll that one in. 2-2, minute and 80 seconds to go here, so we'll see how this one goes, but chance there, just couldn't quite get back around to it. Good Shadow, nice defense. Even though they got beat, they made sure they got a little bit of the player as they came around. Parable had a chance to put to the centre, but he took a little bit too long time, and Tomster comes and cuts that one out, brings it to midfield instantly, and here's a chance now, a cherry pick pass, but denied by Parable on the backfield.
And Tomster very little nervous for a second in defense, thinking he could have potentially owned goals, but you can see here now Shane in a bit of an awkward spot, looking for the teammate, actually gets a good touch up, gets demoed for his troubles, but now quick 3-on-2 for a moment, leaves it for Panda, potential double tap here, and the net's wide open. Parable unable to get it in the end to double commit that costs CUD that third goal.
Yeah, it's a little bit awkward. Toaster goes up for it. It's a good play, to be fair, by Shane, but a Parable a bit of no man's land there trying to rotate out, but he sees his double commit a bit too late. He sees the big 50 win for SETU, and that wasn't 3-2 up, but you know, I think TUD will be happy with this first game. They've shown they can damage SETU, and they don't even have their full team, but well, the scoreline getting a bit messy now, and perhaps a bit unfair to this TUD side in this first game.
Yeah, if there's one thing that SETU know how to do, it's they keep their momentum. Tomster, nice little fake on Parable there, sending them into the wall and showing off their tags. You know, they are CRL Worlds contenders. You know, that's an achievement in itself. You know, if you're winning that title in game, you want to show you why you're one of the best teams in Europe. Top 8. Lower bracket run does not matter. You know, you can only play who's in front of you, and they did great knocking out everyone along the way. Watching Kiel Krakens melt in that last game, all sitting in lobby 2, was absolutely spectacular. But TUD, I mean, they're not out of this game yet. 13 seconds. We all know what happens at the end of games when Mustache found out the hard way that many goals can be scored in such little time, Marky, but that's a story for another time. It was almost 2 years ago, believe it or not.
Or the Uni Rocketeers YouTube channel or Twitch channel, it's all there. Or what's his name? Oh, it's been so long since I worked with him, I forget his name now. Lovely guy though. I worked with Uni Rocketeers. Anyway, no, not Sid, no, the other guy.
Which one?
The assistant guy. He's always doing the production.
Meow?
No, other guy.
AJ.
No.
Frost?
No.
Man, I'm running out of admins here.
Just stop for now, anyway.
Zach.
But that.
Fishy.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's the one. That's the one.
We got there, but look at this. Players ready up. They're ready to go straight into the next game, Morky. And I mean, 4-3. Pretty exciting first game. We'll see if TUD can sort of hold on, or whether or not SETU might just start running away with it now.
Well, Shane is finding opportunities, and if Parable's making those kind of 50s that he was making in the midfield, especially when they're overcommitting, and because that's what SETU like to do, they're really good defensively, they hold their shape defensively, but in transition you can catch them out if you get a good 50 or a good challenge, because they like really sending it, which not always the best in the world, especially as well, you know, we haven't really talked about it yet. I know that Shallow and Panda played a lot together, and Shallow and Thompson played a lot together, and Thompson and Panda played a lot together. But as a trio, they haven't really played together a whole ton over the last 2 or 3 years. So that could be something as well that TUD can take advantage of in this game.
When's the last time the three of them played together? I'll give you a clue. You were there for it.
So is it the Gamerfest?
No, it was Corkland 2021 where Hans Solo and Decomp knocked them out in the semi-final.
No, they played
and then
recently. They played before that recently as well.
But that was the last major event this trio would have been together.
True. Yes, no, they didn't play their major lands or anything like that, no.
And then they dropped Tomster and haven't lost a land since, because Sims subbed in, but yeah. Anyway, Tomster taking up the captaincy role and trying to prove me wrong right now with a shot like that.
Tomster heard you, was like, how dare you, here's a banger of a goal for you. Gets up beautifully for that, hits it 100 miles an hour so when he actually hits him, because it comes about 60 and it's deflected in, but a beautiful shot from Thompson, lovely passing play as well. And that's the thing, you know, as the SETU team settle and as they get better, they're going to be a big opportunity. And of course as well, please remember folks that, Shane puts that one in, 1-1. Of course we are affiliated as well with University Rocketeers, which is of course the European version, and they are, you know, join the Discord because they are going to be soon opening up sign-ups for the Winter Cup, which have a bit of prize pool and a spot at CRL Worlds. So, you know, might as well get involved there.
4 open qualifiers. Nothing new there. Plenty of opportunities to make it through, but don't leave it until the last one. Of course, teams, I believe,
stuff like that, so don't do that.
Teams are open to try qualify as many times as they like, but Tomster left with an open net here now makes it 2-1 for SETU.
I forgot TUD scored. I didn't forget when they scored. But Thompson puts that one in beautifully. Lovely shot. Really powerful as well. 61 miles per hour. I don't know why we've got miles. Oh, I know why we've got miles, actually. Makes sense. Thanks, Fleming. But it's 2-1 right now. Of course, as well, big shout out to Fleming, who's, of course, been made our production manager here at Irish Esports Collegiate Series. Powered by natives. So, yeah, so the Irish collegiate scene in very good production hands with him now behind the wheel. Here goes Panda looking for a dunk, can't quite get it. Shallow, well, Thompson looking for a double tap. Nice play, but Shane puts that down dangerously, but can follow using his flip to get to it. Now he's got, fakes out one, but Shallow recovers well enough to make it back into it. And here's a chance now. And right now, TUD just losing shape a little bit each time. They don't look as cohesive as they did in that first game.
Yeah, and Shane 1-on-1 against Tomster here. Keeps it low, but just gets too much on it. I think that was a very difficult shot, you know, the fine line between getting it past the player and getting it on target. But a big 50 there, Toaster. Not able to find one there. The ball's slowed down here now. Who's got more boost to make something happen? Shane out of boost. Tomster's left to clear. Dropping dangerously. Parable now looking to knock it back in, but this should just be cleared away.
It is cleared away. Toaster here, the last man back. It makes a decent enough stop, and the bump comes in. The shot comes through, it's off the crossbar. Follow up attempt for Panda. He'll go for a double. Sorry, Thompson will go for a triple instead. Here goes Panda following back in. And unable to do so, the ball cleared. They're still having fun right now. It just seems a bit messy, and you know, maybe neither team wants to show their hand. I feel like the game one was a bit more cohesive for both teams. This game just seems like a bit, I don't want to say memey, but it kind of does seem a bit memey.
I I think both teams right now know ultimately this is only the first. Normally when we see this matchup, it's at the end of the Swiss stage, let's say,
Yeah.
or late on in the tournament if there was groups beforehand. Because we had the two teams meeting so early, there's absolutely no pressure on this matchup whatsoever. They're number 1 and 2 seed for a reason, and of course TUD playing with the sub. I think this is some good experience for Toaster, getting some experience against the best seeded team this early on. Unfortunately, if he plays them again later on in the tournament, he won't have Shane as powerful as his teammates, so it might be a little bit more difficult. But TUD, they're holding on even though they're behind in this game.
Well, there's a potential, but this Swiss style is a bit different than our Swiss. There is potential that teams can meet again, and also seeds reset between series. So after this series, we'll have another game. We will have a 5-minute break after the series, and then we'll pick our game that we want to cast and stream. And obviously, the standings don't matter then. So obviously, looking right now, that SETU are going to be 1-0, and that TUD be 0-1. So TUD be one of the teams that will be actually the bottom of the 18 seeds. They'll be like between 10th and 18th. Because that's how it works. Shane makes it 2 also. Let's not count them out. Yes, they're in this game, and we're all tied up with 50 seconds to go, Ejam.
Yeah, some good speed from Parable there, and Hamster, a bit of a misread there. Shane puts it in the net in the end. And, well, they're not out this game, but, SETU, we saw them get those 2 goals in the last 30 seconds in the previous game. Trying a slow kickoff there. Doesn't really work out for them, but still, SETU, opportunity to counter-attack. Parable leaving it for Shane. Toaster now, opportunity, actually looks like he was called off. But Parable past to Shane here now, only 12 boosts to work with, picks up to 100. Maybe looking to touch it down here a bit too far out, and well, Toaster definitely playing that third man role at the moment. And when you're up against players as fast as Tomster, Shallow and Panda, it's understandable why, but you need to be careful with those double commits. Just if you're going to stay last man, just make sure you're not trying to knock your teammates out the way. As a pass now potentially in here from Shane, unable to find a Parable. 5 seconds left. That's in a Toaster potentially in a good position, but looks like the clock's just going to hit 0 here, unless Panda cheeky redirect. Shane able to clear down. We go to overtime in game number 2.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen here for this kickoff. They tried something cheeky last time, it didn't really work out. This time going for more normal kickoff, and they get a big win as well. Here comes Shadow now, using his skill. He's got the flip reset if he needs it. Shane says not today, Satan, and stuffs that one out. Bringing the ball up now, trying to get by Panda. He does manage to do so. It gives a chance for Parable here. Parable 1-on-1 though, and 2-on-1 now with Shallow and Tomster in the backfield, and it's always a difficult thing to happen, and Shane just couldn't quite recover. Toaster just going for a bit of a stroll in the backfield, just minding that back gate, and that's an okay thing to do. When you're not as mechanically gifted as the other 5 players in front of you, it's okay to go back and be a defensive stand. That's a good play. Also the pull shot coming through on Shallow from Panda, but well denied on the Parable by the line. And ball continues to be played here in the SETU half, and here's an opportunity for Shane with Shallow showing his defensive fortitude again. That incredible skill he has in that backfield and back line. It's a lovely pass down as well. Good save by Shane, because if that ball had got by him, you feel it was going to be 3-2, Ejam.
Yeah, and that's a missed touch from Shallow here. Shane is on the wall, knocking it infield. Second touch not found, and now SETU counter-attack. 2 players up though, that could be risky. Toaster big bang to try clear the danger, and now Parable looking to try control this, get a 50 with Shallow, beaten out in the end, but Toaster's able to clear, and a nice touch out makes Panda use a bit more boost than maybe he'd like to hear, but no TUD player in sight to chase him then.
Yeah, Toaster's been a good third man, to be fair to him. He's been very solid. No, I know 1 or 2 double commits maybe, but that's just, even at this level, panic's still a thing for even the best players, so it's kind of natural to see that happen. But you see double commit there from SETU says it all. But he's been very good in that backfield, really. He's been quite good, and he's stuck his shape pretty well to that back line. Nice half rotations from him, so definitely not a massive downgrade. Of course, they'll still prefer to have their 1950 player come in next week or even later on tonight. I'm not sure what the crack is there, but when he comes in, that's going to be a big difference for them. But Toaster definitely not making this a contest.
Yeah, and I think the thing about TUD is, with a university with that big of a population, you're always going to have a player that might have not heard of the likes of RLI or things like that, and those sort of communities, and they just sort of join the collegiate scene, and next thing you know that there's a load of players high ranked the same as me, And for some colleges, they just get lucky, you know. And obviously, in the colleges with more university, more population than the smaller ones, let's say, it's more likely to happen. And in a game like Rocket League, where it's only a 3v3, having that high ranked player could make all the difference. But Tomster puts this game to bed at last, and it's match point for SETU.
Who gets dunked? Is it? No, it's Parable gets dunked, and Toaster was expecting him to have the ball, so kind of peeled off a little bit. Can't blame him. It's the correct thing to do in rotation, transition-wise. So, just unfortunate touch from Parable, and Tomster takes advantage. And SETU 2-0 up at the series, one game away from, well, seeing what we expected to be a perfect start when we saw the lineups. But, you know, both teams having fun with it so far. And, we're pretty sure we'll see both of these teams come playoffs, and most likely we'll see both of them in the LAN final as well.
I know, and that's an exciting thing about this year, of course, having the LAN finals in every game. That's going to be exciting for these players, you know, the first time an Irish collegiate LAN will be played. Actually, I suppose you had the one at Gamerfest, but I suppose that was more of an invitational than anything. Just knowing that this will be pure collegiate would be great for the players, and to see if any of the universities will offer up their support as well by travelling to the event.
You'd hope so, especially with four different esports we played. Of course, F1 it will not be at the LAN because it will be the final week we played the Friday before, which we'll also have a show beforehand as well on the Friday night after the F1, just to look ahead to the LAN finals. And I don't know if I'm going to be on that F1 broadcast, but I will be on most of the F1 broadcast this year as well. And here's a chance on the crossbar of the post, but couldn't quite do it. But it's going to be fun, having all those people come together from all different esports, all different universities, and hopefully these societies. Because again, we have to. There's something we don't mention a lot, Ejim, actually. Is that these societies do a lot of work in the background to get these players ready, to get these players signed. Good goal will be fair by Shane. But I just want to finish. My point is that these societies, we don't talk about them a lot. They can do a lot of work in the background to get signed up for these events, to get their teams signed up, to get their teams made, and to have a bit of fun with them as well. You know what I mean? So fair play to the societies for doing all that.
Yep. Obviously, this won't happen without societies, and big respect to all of the college reps out there making this happen, getting the teams organised, getting them all signed up. It's not easy, you know. You might think because it's run online, everything's nice and easy. You don't need to go somewhere physical each week, like let's say a soccer match or rugby match or something like that. It's online, it's in the comfort of your own home. As a quick little shot there, unable to find anything in the end. But a lot of work does go behind the scenes. And this is a commitment for these players as well. A lot of university nights could be on a Tuesday in many cities. I mean, thankfully, none of the dubs are at Dicey's Tuesdays, but other than that, these players, what else nice better would you want to be doing on a Tuesday?
Sorry lads, I have to go now. I forgot there's like €2 shots down Dicey's. Back in a minute. Tomster here coming to bring this through, can't quite do it, gets blocked out in the air, but still 1-0 here at the TUD. Can they take a game off this SETU side? And maybe Shane and Parabus put a question mark in their head. Look, it was basically a 2v3 and we still almost bet you, so that'd be nice to see. But Tomster flying through the air dangerously, look at that double tap that he gets. That's a great save by Shane, gets around to it beautifully.
Yeah, and you can see Toaster in the net right now, just waiting for the shots to come in. That one's off the crossbar. Looking to maybe try get a clear now. Parable does in the end. Unable to find a 50 though. SETU pressure has been pretty high since conceding that first goal. But, I mean, TUD, they're holding on for now. Maybe try get that second goal cushion here, because we know SETU can turn it on at any given stage. Good meeting there by Shane getting the 50, but Shallow up quickly. Looking for a double tapper. Unable to find it, but it leaves the open net for Tomster.
It's another double commit as well. It's comes to the map and they kind of get tied up. Actually, Parable comes across Toaster there. He's trying to go around and get some boost, and it kind of confuses both players a little bit and just sets up the opportunity to hit that off the backboard, and then the balls be rolled in when they both miss it ultimately, and it works out well for them. But sometimes you can cause panic in the backfield like that. Just make your players second guess each other, second guess themselves. If you can throw off rotation, you saw what happened there. If you throw off rotation a little bit, the panic sets in and it becomes more and more difficult to find a way back. That's a great challenge by Parable, because Panda had an open look there at that net, and he comes across beautifully and gets in the way at the very last second. And Shane out doing Shane things, how talented he is. Whenever he does hang up his controller from the Irish Esports Collegiate scene. It will be a sad day for everybody. I said, oh, go, I mean, no. Shane trying to get the read, unable to do so, but Thompson will come across, bring this ball forward, and gets challenged by Parable in the backfield, and Shallow now 1-on-2, and he gets by Toaster. Nice, no, Toaster does enough though, just to pull him off, and that will allow for TUD to race there for now.
Yeah, and SETU, they're just trying to play a bit unpredictable at the moment, you know, looking for quick passes to each other, looking for pinches wherever they can. Opportunity here maybe, but Parable very good to meet the ball there in the end. And the demo from Shane is opening up some space here, and Toaster unable to get it. As the demo opened up the space, defense wasn't able to sort of adjust back in time, and you see Toaster just sort of had to jump and hope for the best there, but Panda, good speed. 2-1 SETU, a minute and a half away potentially from ending this series trio.
Well, also just doing the thing that teams have been doing for the last 4 years. There, you jump, target Shane, get him off the park for 3 seconds, and you give yourself a great chance of scoring. No disrespect to Parable, he's a fantastic player in himself. That's a great shot from Panda, and a lovely pass from Shallow. But again, like, teams have been doing this for the past 4 years, trying to demo Shane, and it's a lot harder than it sounds, isn't it, to get Shane off the park?
It is. And of course, Shane as well, always a contender in the EGM Invitational as well. Of course, won that. What did I get him? I think I got him a Chinese. I think that was his prize for winning one of the rounds.
It was, yeah, it's a Chinese, yeah. and a shirt, I believe. Was the shirt or a
shirt? Yeah, I still need to find the place to get that shirt printed. And I also owe Shallow. Is it a mug and a hat as well?
A mug and a hat, yeah. A mug and a hat, yeah.
Hopefully, if these players make it to land finals, I can give it to them. But I think the Chinese, in the moment, I think the Chinese is definitely like the best prize.
I think so, yes. And just so everyone's aware as well, tickets are not on sale yet for the land. We will have more details of that as they come. But mark your calendars. It is 7 Saturdays from this Saturday. Whenever that is, I don't know the date. 7 Saturdays from now. I should have checked it up before I got on. The second. Okay, so we second of December. Just stay tuned. We'll give you more details as they come true. But it'll be the 2nd of December for that land. We'll have all 4 esports showing up at one time. Parable puts it in. Not all playing at the same time, so we'll have 4 different esports over the day. But all 4 esports will be represented, apart from F1, which of course is a league. So we're only doing that over the 8 weeks. But that's in the back of the net. 4-2 now. And a big opportunity here. Of course, in case you're wondering what the other esports are we do, we had Valorant yesterday with CSGO and League and F1 coming up as well. And as well, apparently we've got a few one-day tournaments coming, including maybe a FIFA tournament. We don't know yet. Stay tuned to all the socials, the Irish Esports Collegiate Series, Twitters, Discord. Of course, you're not in the Discord, !Discord in the chat to get it, or check the banners down below. Find us all there, and we'll be there. But 15 seconds to go. We are ticking down here. Looks like SETU going to start the season off the way they ended it last time with a sweep.
Yeah, and 5 seconds, it's all but done. Maybe one last opportunity here. Shallow should put that in. And with no time left on the clock, really, this game is all but over, Morky. SETU showing their dominance, picking off where they left off last season. The roster's looking good, of course. TUD yet to play with their full roster, but for Toaster, it's a learning experience, you know. You can't really expect to have your first collegiate match against these 3 players and expect to perform. But congratulations to SETU. They go 1-1. As for TUD, they go 0-1, and we'll have a quick little break while we wait for some, you know what, Mark, we'll have a little break in a while because it's only past, isn't it? And
it's only half past.
You know, in theory, the next set of games, they start in about 15 minutes time. Hopefully all best of 3s will be over by then. Of course, this year, different to the previous years, is their set game times. So we have a game starting at 8 o'clock and we have a game starting at 8:45. We'll be able to announce what game is being played first because we know the matchups a week in advance. As for the second game, me, Morky, and our producer Fleming, we're going to have a secret little discussion to try to see who we want on stream. And you know what, Morky? I think there's a few matchups that I'm sort of lining up if results go their ways. So often we give, you know, screen time to the big teams, but how many games have we casted where it's the champ teams or diamond teams with no little experience playing in their first collegiate games? Anything can happen. Both teams will not be organised. Both teams will be playing under nerves. Magical things can happen in those games, so we'll have a look at the bracket. But for now, Morky, I suppose, who's your series MVP?
You know what? Just because he tried so hard, I'm gonna say Toaster. Because it's tough. It's tough coming in because it was last second. It was pretty much last second he came in. He wasn't expected. He's I think he's in their fourth team. Am I right about that? So last second he did a good job defensively at times. Was made some good clears. So you know what? Just because it's the first stage, just because I'm generous, I'm gonna give it a Toaster. I think Toaster deserves it. What about you?
Toaster, in fairness, put up a fight, especially he come you're expected to play against players your level in the first week, and then all of a sudden you have TUD to go up or SETU to go up against. So bit
Yeah.
of a shock there, I'd say. But I think Tomster, ever since I criticized, taking up that captaincy role, you want to lead by example. Tomster definitely some big passing plays, some big shots as well. I'd give the MVP over to Tomster, but for Murky for now, I think we're going to throw it to a quick 10-minute break or so. If there's some matchups that are already done and ready to go straight away, I suppose we can just jump straight into another game. But yeah, for now, we'll throw to a break. We'll be back very soon.